Hello, my name is Flynn Castellanos from the Illinois Student Assistance Commission, and here I'm going to talk to you a bit today about the Human Services Professional Loan Repayment Program and the employer certification process. So the Human Services Professional Loan Repayment Program is a little similar to some of our other programs like community behavior, where the facilities that the applicant lists on their application need to certify the information that they provided. After the applicant submits their application, that application is reviewed by ISAC, and then if it's deemed eligible to proceed on, then certification emails like this one get sent to the facilities that were listed on the applicant's details, specifically to a employee contact or a facility contact, which in the application is described as someone or an individual who has the authority to essentially verify or confirm the details of employment of that applicant at that facility. So here on the email, we have the name of the applicant listed at the very top, as well as the date that they had applied, the name of the facility, as well as the name of the employer contact that they listed on their application. And then we have a little bit of information about the Human Services Professional Loan Repayment Program. And then here in the middle, we have listed out the pieces of information that the employer will need to provide on the employer certification details, mostly half of it concerning the facility themselves, and the other half concerning the applicant's information. Listed below here, there is two pieces of information to take note of. One is the Federal Employer Identification Number of the facility. This is essentially the tax ID number that every business in the United States is required to have, in addition to a 4-digit PIN code that will be provided. Both of these pieces of information will be required to proceed on to certification on the employer details on the employer certification details page. For security purposes, this PIN code does have a 1-week expiration date that's listed just below this link here. If the employer either does not respond to this email or does not certify the individual, after 1 week, the PIN code will expire, and unfortunately, they won't be able to proceed further until they contact ISAC either at our phone number listed or the email provided. If they do have their fine number as well as their PIN code, they can take that information and they can proceed on to the employer certification details page right here. So first we enter the fine number as well as the PIN code provided. This PIN code is tied specifically to that applicant as well as that facility for that applicant. So it's important to get these numbers correct. If a mistake is made and either of these fields are incorrect, a error code will appear that will simply describe which field needs to be amended, and then you can adjust accordingly. Fortunately, we have both of these correct, and then we will proceed on to the employer certification page. Here we list out the name of the applicant again. It is also listed on the email, but it's also listed here as well, just for redundancy's sake, just in the case that an employee contact has multiple individuals that they are certifying for, potentially. Then if we scroll down a little bit, we have some more details describing the program itself, as well as some of the requirements. One of the main requirements of this program in order to be eligible is the applicant has to have worked for 2 years at a facility or facilities that either have received funding or receives funding or had a contract with one of the listed institutions here below. If they have not worked at a facility that follows these parameters, then unfortunately the employer would have to select no and would have to certify that the individual's facility is not eligible. And unfortunately, that would mean the applicant would not be eligible for this program. However, if they do work at a facility that does follow these parameters, the employer would mark yes and would proceed on to the application. It is broken up into essentially two parts. The first half here is the facility and employer contact information. This is essentially just confirming details about the facility that the applicant works for, and just confirms what they've already provided on their application. And then additionally, after these details have been entered, then we get to the application or the applicant eligibility section. And this is confirming all of the details about the applicant themselves for this facility. Everything from essentially the employment status, if they currently work there or if they have worked there, giving those dates as appropriate. And then their job title, as well as their degree of their highest level of education, as well as if they have any certifications or licenses. Now, how this program works is based on your level, your degree level, you receive a certain amount of potential relief, student loan relief. There is, in addition to this relief, there is a one-time bonus potentially or add-on of $5,000 if the applicant has one of the listed certifications or licenses. Now, this is a one-time add-on, so if a applicant has multiple certifications or licenses, I'm afraid it does still only count the one time. But once we move beyond that, the last question is for the employer to certify the employee's salary or annualized hourly income. This is utilized to help determine prioritization, essentially to prioritize applicants who have lower salaries but higher student loan burdens, as opposed to applicants who have high salaries and low student loan burdens. So we'll just enter that here. And then at this point, the employer should review the information that they had provided and ensure that it is correct. If after they certify and submit the application, they realize that they have either made a mistake or they need to make some corrections, they would then have to reach out to ISAC, one of our representatives, or contact us in some way to notify ISAC that they need to make changes, in which case a new email will be resent to the same employee contact, and essentially the process is repeated so that way that the details can be confirmed ideally correctly this time. And then after we have reviewed the information, we submit the certification details, and we get a small progress bar. And then up, if you'll see in the right-hand corner, there is a little notice confirming that the email has been sent to the email that received the initial welcome email that we saw at the beginning of this video. And then we just have an end page here that just confirms that the employer's email has the certification details have been submitted, and then following this, the applicant or the employer will also receive an email confirmation laying out that they had confirmed these details. And here we go. Here it is. And this essentially just confirms that their information was captured and saved. And if they need to make any corrections or they need to contact ISAC for any other reason, they have a phone number and an email listed here for help in additional steps. Thank you very much. I hope that was helpful.